Okay, so tell us about all of the new stuff that's come your way and what we can look forward to for the March Basho.
Certainly. To start with, easy one, and you can read it. The February issue of Sumo Magazine came out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And recall in our last video that we were guessing at a few things.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely got them wrong. These are not watches.
What
These
are they?
are
Like Fitbits or?
no, they're not even that. They're athletic restorative jewelry.
Restorative jewelry?
How's that work?
I think it's probably like copper,
like
bracelets
magnets.
and
Magnets.
maybe magnets. It says the mysterious healing of these restorative bracelets and so on.
We
And
had
then-
a relative that once tried to sell magnets. She had like a magnet mattress or something. I remember she was selling. We were like, yeah.
Oh, it's
magnets.
okay. No. I dated a guy who was like very into the copper bracelets, super into them. So
If
each
it
of
works
them.
for it.
It works.
I wasn't trying to make fun of copper bracelets or whatever material this is. I was just trying to point out how wrong I was. I don't know this stuff, but it's fun. So, but after that discussion, it led me to look into it more, try to understand it more. And for me, that's where a lot of the fun was.
yeah.
And if you recall, one of the other things that we saw, we were wondering what this advertisement is.
Which
With
one?
the
The one on
face?
the
Oh,
the
I
face?
know whose
This
face
one?
that is.
The face? Yes.
Myoguru.
I went back. You guys guessed this one guess this one correctly. It's a name this mug contest.
Nice.
So the way I figured that out is if you look below the mug down here at the bottom, over here,
Yeah.
that's last month's guess and answer, or the last month's picture and the answer. So that's
okay.
I think that's Wakamoto Haru was last
Okay.
month. So, and they're numbered too. So we're on puzzle number 170, whoever this guy is. In the text up here, there's hints. It'll say things about he's won 6 prizes, special prizes, and a couple other things that I couldn't figure out. And then you're supposed to guess, and then next month they give you. So anyway, so February's out. About 50 pages of the colored images from the last Basho, which I don't know if that's more than normal, but it just seemed to go on and on of this type of action shots from last month. But anyway, so this is out there.
Yeah, I was just so impressed with the last fan magazine that you sent us that went out in the last Basho, the Hakuho one. I was amazed at the photography in that.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's one of the things that BBM and these publishers do. I think BBM publishes this, is they really have really good quality of imagery and stuff like that. So
yeah.
So this is the Sumo magazine. You're familiar with that. So this is pretty standard. And then also just came out, and again, I'm going to show the size comparison. This is the 2022 Sumo directory. So it's about 140 pages.
Okay.
So you can tell it's smaller. We just had this available several days ago. And then it has the top rank, the Sanyaku, they each get their own page. I believe Maegashira, they get maybe quarter page.
Nice.
And then they also cover it does go down to Juryo.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
It goes down to Juryo. And then they have a bunch of other information in this directory, including, even though it's in black and white, they have all the heias. So it's listed by heia.
And the
And it has, and it has the hairdressers as well as the gyoji and the coaches.
Yep.
And all the wrestlers. I
That's
think it's
cool.
all the wrestlers. I haven't gone back and done an inventory check to make sure everybody's there, but it looks like that they have all the members of each of the stables.
Yeah,
so
that's
you can
cool.
find-
That's like having all the members of the Hogwarts house on one page.
Yeah.
So you can tell exactly who's Slytherin.
And who's
That is
Hufflepuff.
not the first time a Harry Potter reference has come up from your end.
Oh no. I love that book. I love the series.
Around every
I-
corner, there's a Harry Potter reference for us.
I've read and watched them all. So, and then they have the star charts, the
Oh,
very
nice,
small
yeah.
version of the star charts for all the, I think it's for the previous year, and then lots of other information. And this is mostly in Japanese, but still a nice picture reference. And we should,
cool.
unlike the monthly magazines, we should be able to get this into the year for quite some time. So
Cool.
for those who are interested.
And
let's
that comes out once a year, about this time of year.
It comes out in January, and then I believe I have seen it come out a second time, but I'm
Oh,
not sure if the fall one is only if there's major
Changes,
promotions
yeah.
or changes or whatever.
okay.
But I would suspect that the content is going to be quite similar. There's not that many changes, but maybe, I'm not sure. So.
Okay.
So we try to cover at least one, to get the main one each year, and this one's it. We carry lots of products from the Kokugi-Con, which is the sumo stadium in Tokyo. So it's the primary sumo stadium where they have, you guys know, but have 3 tournaments at least there a year. So we carry a lot of their products, and I believe that the Japan Sumo Association or some subset there chooses what becomes fan merchandise or
Yeah.
not, what's available and so on. I can't make head nor tails of what they choose to include. Like, they have tons of magnets. I mean, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 different wrestlers on magnets. On the printed Tagata, maybe a dozen. On the hats, they have 3. They had maybe 4 and 3. They had Kasina Sato, Hakuho, and Inho. I don't know how they choose who to put on these items and so on, but we've been carrying these what we call fan paddles, or little hand paddles,
Oh, cute.
for
I
some
like those.
time.
Yeah.
So we've had these for a few, but this is one of the products where they've only had about a dozen different wrestlers over the last few years. And for whatever reason, they just came out with 8 brand new ones this past, within the last month or 2. So we just started carrying those, and I brought some samples along. So
Well, it's for climate change. That's
That's
what
right,
I think.
'cause it's gonna
Because
get
it's gonna
really
get really
hot.
hot.
And they're adding.
Is that what it is?
in the
Yes.
mix. Ooh,
So-
I like those.
Koto no Waka, and
Yeah.
I think that's Wakataka Kage there. And then we have Terunofuji. Oops,
Oh, look at him.
Yep.
Yeah.
trying to
Yep.
fight that glare.
Yeah.
It's more colorful than my camera on my end seems to be showing. It looks a bit muted on my end. I'm not sure what it looks like on your end. And then, of course, the ever popular
Ura.
Uda.
In pink. In
yes,
pink.
I love it.
Most of his material is in the pink setting. So they're sort of like a paper paddle with the gold, frame around it. It's you could use it for this, mostly for decoration though. Comes with a little plastic handle with a hole in it, I guess, for securing it up on the wall or somewhere. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
so we have a bunch more of these now. And there were
That's
4
awesome.
others, but I didn't want to pull them all out. For you.
Okay.
And of course, I did want to bring out one of the ones that we've been carrying for a while. He's one of the favorites out there,
Chiyomaru.
Chiyomaru. This
I
is
love it.
It looks like he's wearing a Sumo Kaboom shirt just
It
because
does.
it's the same color.
Yeah.
I'm
If
just
we
going
could
to
just
imagine.
Send him
Well,
one in his size.
just
I would love
just
that.
put a digital Sumo Kaboom on there.
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
So he's always popular whenever there's anything Chiyomaru available. But another sumo card collector guy and I have started a channel called Samurai Sumo Cards. Our goal is to review the different series of cards so that people have somewhere to look to see what this set is all about. Now, we've only done a couple of videos, and it's beginner stuff, but it's getting better, and we're enjoying it. So that's a lot of fun. I'm doing it with Ryan. He's a very significant card collector in the sumo card world, and we have fun. And we just put out a video a deep dive on the 2022 cards. So I'm just going to do a high level review of the cards here today. So for those not familiar, the Japan Sumo Association allows BBM publishing company to publish sumo trading cards. And they usually come out with 2 sumo series a year, one in January and then one in usually May, unless there's a virus going around, in which case they put it out in September. And so this is the new one for 2022, and it was just published in January. So here's what the box looks like and the cover and so on.
Nice.
First time in a long time that Hakuho's not been featured on the cover. Each box comes with 120 cards. If you want to buy them that way. A big sumo fan, we sell them by the pack as well. Not everybody wants a whole box. Not everybody's out to get the whole set. If you buy a box, you might get an autograph card. And if you open up all the cards, you'll get about 10 or 12 cards short of a full set. This particular set is 90 cards. The base set, it's 90 cards. And so you either have to trade or be okay with what you get. So, but here's what the packs look like. It's more pink or fuchsia than my camera is showing. It almost looks purple on my camera.
Yeah.
I may have to adjust my camera or something. That's another problem for another day. So basically the pack just says Grand Sumo and has the year and what's in what's in it and so on. So this is what the packs look like. So if you buy a box, you get that. But for today's review, I really wanted to hit the cards themselves. So when they come out with a series of 90 cards in January of the year, they will have various subsets or themes within those 90 cards. So the first 41 or 42 are the Makuuchi, so the top division. And then they have, in January, they also have all the Juryo wrestlers. They will have them in there. And then they have other subsets. So this year, one of the additional subsets is the new Juryo wrestlers. So there are 3 new Juryo wrestlers. And they also have a 4-card subset of what they call up-and-comers, young guns, up-and-comers. So these guys are 21 or 22 and either are doing well or are likely to do well. We're not sure who decides, but that's kind of what it's about.
Okay.
And then of course there are 2 very special subsets. There's a 5-card subset of Terunofuji and his Yokozuna promotion.
Oh, nice.
So it's 5 cards covering the different aspects of his promotion and his first championship win as a Yokozuna. So there's that. And then, as you can imagine, there's a lot of focus on Hakuho. There's a 9-card subset to finish out the series on Hakuho's career. So all the way from when he was a new Juryo wrestler until his retirement, it hits a bunch of highlights of his career in between, and it's an excellent subset. And you'll see all of them if you look at the other video I was talking about.
Okay, cool.
So, but let's get into the actual cards themselves.
Yeah.
So the again, I'm trying to work on the glare here.
We can see it.
Okay,
That's awesome.
so this is one of the Sanyaku cards. So the background is sort of a brownish crimson, I'm not sure, maybe bronzish, with a nice design all the way around.
Yeah.
So the top 7 cards 1 through 7, are Sanyaku and this color.
Nice.
It's pretty.
These are beautiful. And what's
And
it on
then-
the backside? Stats?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Yes, stats. So it has a little blurb about his career or about something current with him. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to de-sleeve these guys. And then it has all of his stats: height, weight, birth date, when he started, his career record, his Makuuchi, wins record. If you look at the if you look at either the video or on the website where we on Big Sumo Fan, where we're selling these cards, I put a breakdown of the back of the cards, an image out there, and you can see all the details what in it. And then the last thing on there is the last 6 tournaments, what his rank was, and how he did, what his win-loss record was, and what prizes he may have won. So, and then of course the wrestlers in their Kesho Mawashi. So this is the same backside for all of the Makuuchi and Juryo cards.
Okay.
And then we'll move into the Juryo. Juryo has the same design, but is sort of a bluish aqua type color background.
Okay.
That's pretty.
And so a fighting pre-bout action on the front, and then Kesho Mawashi on the back, just like the other ones.
Nice.
And then if you go on down to Juryo, they have a purplish or fuchsia type color, same background or same border design.
Nice.
And on the front of the cards, they do have their Japanese name and the English language name, and they also have the English language name on the back as well. So you
Okay.
can tell who they are by reading those. So,
So-
those are the main wrestlers.
I got a little confused with the colors. So the top division is the maroon, that's Sanyaku, and Makuuchi is the blue,
That's right.
and then Juryo is the red.
Well, it's
Pink.
purple. I would call it fuchsia.
Okay.
Fuchsia.
Let's see if this works any better. Is that less glary?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, it's kind of mauvey at least.
Yeah.
Mauvey and purple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a touch of brown in that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's blue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the cards are really nice. So even
Beautiful.
without the sleeve, they still have that
Yeah.
glossy finish, photo type finish.
That's nice.
Most people enjoy that those cards. So that was the top two division subsets, and then we went. The next card is the new Juryo.
Ooh.
Cool.
So
With
this
the
is
step and
Kida.
repeat behind him. I love it.
This is Kida no Waka.
Uh-huh.
That's a great
And
photo.
so even though the top two division cards or top two division wrestlers are from the November Banzuke, this is based on the January Banzuke. So
Hmm.
3 new Juryo guys in January are on this card. The back side is pretty much the same as the other ones with the same stats and so on. But then these are the 3 new Juryo cards.
Cool.
And then the next one is the up and comers. And here we have Hirado Umi. I picked him in this one. I think he's going to do really well. He's had a really good record, but this is one of the up and comers. So a different design on the outside. I
Yeah.
didn't point that out on the other card, but each subset has its own design, and you can tell by that. And I'm trying to use an example of each design.
That's so cool. And the same
Yeah.
thing on the back, the same stats.
Mostly, yeah. They don't have them in
Mostly.
Kesho Mawashis, but they have similar stats, a little blurb, similar stats.
And is it usual that the guys who are new to Juryo or who are more up and coming, they have photos of them in their yukatas rather than in their mawashis?
It depends on how they are designed. So if one subset has one of the guys in their yukata, that whole subset, everybody's in yukata. So if they're in their fighting mawashi, everybody will be in that, and so on. Each subset will have its own design or selection or whatever. And the next subset is the new Yokozuna Terunofuji card. And it's sort of a pink outline, floralish. It has 5 images of his promotion. It's very well done. It says, it has his promotion date and month around the edge and so on. And this is his new Doyo Eri.
So cool.
Can you move that back a little bit? Because it was a little fuzzy, too close to the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right. Yes,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Do you think he collects his own trading cards?
I hope so.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I'm a collector.
Yeah, but do you think
Terunofuji collects his own cards?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand your reference. You didn't tell me when I talked to him last. And the last subset is the Hakuho career, 9 different cards from Hakuho's career. And I grabbed this one. This is a
Oh,
picture of him.
When he was a baby.
oh, look at that
He was
new
New
to
Juryo
Juryo.
with the typical pointing at yourself on the Banzuke image.
Look how young he looks there.
I know.
Is that in good focus?
Yes. And he's wearing a Sumo Kaboom color.
Yeah, he is. It's like he knew we were going to come along
Yeah.
like 20 years later.
Yeah,
I think he looks a bit like Enho in this picture.
he does.
Yeah.
He really does.
When I first saw it, I thought, is that, well, I didn't think it was Enho, but I was impressed at the similarity because how much
He
younger
had a
was he?
baby face. He really did when he was just starting. He had such a baby face. Wow.
Yeah. And so some of the other cards have when he's breaking records and from those images. So those are pretty neat. Again, it wasn't planned on going into all those details, but you can see him on the other video. And then this is his retirement announcement. So this is the last card in the series.
I want that series. I'm gonna have to
Well-
buy a whole set.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy a whole box. How many of the little packets do you get in one box?
You get 20 packs
Okay, in a
of-
box.
and 6 cards per pack,
Okay.
but you won't get a full set
Right.
from that box. We do sell some, I hate talking about what we're selling, but we do sell some full base sets, so just the 90 cards, but we don't usually have a whole lot of them. It's difficult to put those together,
Yeah.
but we
Yeah.
do. There are some customers, especially those in other countries, who have nobody to trade with and just want the full base set. They're not into collect. They just want the cards. So we do offer those periodically. You might just have to wait a little bit until we have one. But when you do that, you don't get the chance to the autograph. So in a box, there might be an autograph card. Typically what BBM, the publisher of these cards, does, they're kind of like the Tops of Japan. They do all the baseball, all the cheerleaders, all the entertainment cards, wrestling, and other sports cards. So what they typically do per series is they'll get 8 or 9 or 10 different wrestlers to sign up to 60 or 90 cards. And then they take all of those signature cards, and they insert them into a pack. And we're not exactly sure how often they insert one in a box. It's not every box. It's about every 2.5 boxes. Somewhere between two or three boxes, you might get an autograph card. And I'm not sure how they do it in the States, but what they typically do at BBM is they have the athlete, in this case, the sumo wrestler, sign on what they call stickers. And then they adhere those to the cards and then put those in the packs, just like regular cards.
Oh.
So on this particular one, we have Shimano Umi.
Oh, cool.
So that's his actual
awesome.
autograph.
That's awesome.
Some autographs
Whoa.
are better than others, or more elaborate, or more thin than others. And
Some
it's
wrestlers
interesting.
probably have chicken scratch, and the others have excellent handwriting.
Some of them do work their names into elaborate doodles. Some guy got a card who thought for sure it looked like Homer Simpson. I can't remember who the wrestler was, but when I looked at it, it's like, that looks like he did a Homer Simpson doodle. But anyway, so that's Shimano Umi. And then on the, I don't know, you probably can't tell, but they're also embossed. So they got a physical emboss on them.
Nice.
And then they do and then on the back, they have authentication information and a series number. Below the red square, you probably can't see it. It's in gold lettering.
Yeah.
It says this particular card is 79 of 90, for example.
I really thought they just did some graphic design of somebody's autograph and just put it on a card. But you're saying something completely different. You're saying these are actual signatures from a sticker.
From the actual wrestler.
Yeah, that are on the card.
That's right. These
That's
are
cool.
stickered autographs. Well, this is Chiyo no Kuni.
Oh, ooh, look at that cool
That
autograph.
looks so cool. Jonah Cooney. And with his
That's
signature
awesome.
pose,
Yeah.
pre-bout ritual.
Yeah, and this one is number 31 of or 21 of 60. So how they determine which wrestler gets 60 and which gets 90, we're not sure. Now, not sure. So BBM also publishes during the year, usually publishes a multi-sport series. And it's usually either the champions or stars of a particular sport. So lots of baseball, but tons of other sports too that they have in there. They have skiing, they've had badminton, they've had soccer, rugby, all kinds of sports that they'll have in these series. And they usually have a series of all of the sports figures who have retired. They have a couple of wrestlers, and then they will often have a significant number of autograph cards in there. Hakuho doesn't do autographs in these packs. You won't, it's usually other wrestlers. Again, we don't know how they're chosen. Kakuryu was in some last year, but Hakuho hasn't. So a lot of the sumo card collector community are hoping that they will finally put Hakuho signature cards into one of the sets this year. So,
But
we'll
we don't
see.
know. It's a mystery.
We never know until it comes up on the doorstep. BBM,
Okay.
we do not know how to gather. We don't have enough. We've tried, but we don't have any inside information into BBM. We don't.
Okay.
They don't put out very much preliminary information until right when the cards come out, and then you might get the autograph list or whatever. So
Okay.
most of the Hakuho card autographs out there are from when they were made available at the Kokugikon. So if you went to a tournament and you're at the Kokugikon, they may have had some amount of wrestling cards available, and the top wrestlers would have signed those. Those are about the only way most people have that autograph, not in packs. So
Maybe he's like Chiono Kuni. He just said, I'm only doing 60 and then I'm done. I'm not doing any more.
we wish we knew the logic behind that. So are they compelled to? Are they
Yeah.
able to? If they want to, can they just sign up by contract? Because they're all employees of the JSA.
Right.
So can the JSA say, you're signing 60 and you're signing 90 or whatever? We don't know. We wish we knew more, but we'll take what we got. So we just enjoy collecting those autographs. So
I think it's pretty cool to think, there's only 60 or 90 other cards like this in the entire world, and you have one of them.
The sumo card collectors, we have a Facebook group, and there are some of the top collectors outside of Japan in that group. And each series, we calculate how many boxes are likely to have been produced and how many sets that really means there is. And the number of those is not that large. So the people in this group probably own a big percentage of the sets because not many sets are put together. There are a lot of individual packs that go out and you don't have a full set. And even if you had every card, it's only so many sets. We believe that sumo wrestling is not a big part of their printing business. It is a part, and they're the only ones who do it through I believe it's licensed in some way or whatever through the JSA. Don't know the business arrangement, but we don't believe it's as substantial as the baseball players. Baseball is really big in Japan. And so there you go. It sounds like you know. So we think that's where, and entertainment cards. They have lots of different entertainment cards. One of the things I like about it is I try to learn as much from the cards as I can. And if you watch the Samurai Sumo card video, you will see that I try to gather a ton of info. There's more to the cards than just having them and looking at the front side. You'll see that I enjoy the back of the cards almost as much, if not more, than the front of the cards, because they pack in, they can have a lot more story in them than just this, what is on the face. And I like that. And I like discovering things about it, or trying to understand them. If I could read
Yes.
Japanese, it'd probably help a lot more, but I can't. So it's a treasure hunt.
Well, you inspired our 2-part series about Tokoyama and hair. That was just from looking at that calendar and
being like,
wondering,
who
who
are
are these
these guys?
people? You know, it opens up a whole new world with
It
every
does.
little thing that you look up on this merchandise, and you learn more and more about the sport and the
That's right.
people involved.
That's right. Got that one so wrong, didn't I?
Well, so did we. I mean,
one of you said a hairdresser. I can't remember.
that
One
was
of you
me. I
said,
did
like,
say that. Yeah.
yeah, you did say it might be hairdresser, but you didn't push it through.
But
You
yeah,
didn't
y'all
push
were
it
like,
through.
no, that's totally not it. What a stupid idea.
These are the floor guys. Anyway, so we were wrong, but a little bit of research, and a little bit more research, I should
Yeah.
say, and find the right place to look. And to me, that's a lot of the fun. And so by doing so, I learn more about the wrestlers. I understand it better. I enjoy it more. And that's what I'm here for, to enjoy it more. So
Well, and I'm
Awesome.
glad you do it because you help us enjoy it more because we learn from you. So thank you so very much.
That's right.
and all around, we all, help each other with the content. That's why we're doing this. And part of the reason I wanted to talk to you was, again, not just to go over the new products. And I'm not real comfortable with that, because I feel like I'm making a commercial, and that's, that's not what I want to do. So thanks for helping me feel like that's not what's going on.
It's
Um,
totally fine.
Yeah. And you're not. I mean, you're
We're
sharing.
interested. I'm
Yeah.
genuinely interested
genuinely
in the products
interested.
that people could buy or we could buy on Big Sumo Fan. So,
And-
which by the way, go to www.bigsumofan.com to see
Yeah.
all these products and pricing and all of that if you're watching this video.
And honestly, our listeners have said in their feedback surveys that they want this info. And that's why we wanted this relationship to continue, so that we could continue to bring that to them.
Okay, I will keep that in mind so I feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing with us your collection, and we're looking forward to the bingo prizes that you're going to be sending us, and we will send out to people. Oh, this is exciting about the cards.
Yeah.
I'm
Sounds like there's
excited about
going to
the cards.
be more cards to give away, and that's super exciting.
Yeah, cool
The
prizes.
cards are really fun. They're high quality, and people who get their hands on them really enjoy them. So glad to help out. And
And can people find you on social media?
Really, bigsumofan.com is really where we are for the most part. I am also, Big Sumo Fan also is on Twitter. We aren't very active there, except we do new product announcements there. So that's where all of our new products are announced. So when the cards came out, or when the Sumo directory came out, we put out an announcement there. So if you want to find that, that's where I would go. We're not on the other platforms pretty much. But for those with interest in sumo card collecting, you can find on Facebook a BBM Sumo Card Collectors group. I'm there personally. I'm not there as Big Sumo Fan. I'm there as a collector. And it's a wonderful group of incredibly knowledgeable fans of sumo cards. And so that's a great place to go to if you're interested in that.
And I also know you're part of a Facebook Tagada group. And anyone I've talked to that has a Tagada always has a question about it. Like, what does this little red mark mean? I have no idea. And I always send them towards that Facebook group. So thank you.
I am in that group as well. And we get those kind of questions or requests, or, I got this from my dad or my sister or from whomever. I found this at a garage sale. Anybody know who it is?
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing. There are a lot of knowledgeable people. And I used to get those more often directly before we started that Tagada group. I used to get emails. People say, I've got this. What is it? And one of the big questions is it real? That's
Right.
really hard to determine through, an email exchange or online, but photos can help. And there are a lot of experienced people in that Tagada group who can help out. So thanks for bringing that up. It's a really good group as well.
Awesome. Well, you know where to find them at www.bigsumofan.com. Thank
Thanks
you
for
very
having me,
much.
guys. Bye, Sumo Kaboom.
See you again
Bye.
soon.
We're going through the calendar.
Mhm.
Yeah, was it? No. May have been on the magazine, but it was one of those. I had the issue up, and Terunofuji came up, and Leslie with these just adoring eyes said something to the extent of, "Oh, what a handsome Yokozuna," or something like that. It's like, why didn't I say
Thank you.
I'm not a Yokozuna?
Yeah, that's okay. The jokes always occur upon listening. Oh, what I should have said. That happens all the
Sometimes
time
it's
with our
hard.
podcast
Yeah,
too.
sometimes it's hard in the moment. Depends on how much coffee you've had in the afternoon, how fast your brain is operating.
Do you ever go back and edit something in?
No, we edit
You
things
take-
out.
We
You
edit
take
so
you
much
take
out.
the original, so you wouldn't put in a smart aleck comment
No.
afterwards.
Just
Well, it
tough
did take me a
nonsense.
while to figure out who's who when
Yeah.
I was listening, but I got that down a long time. But I did listen to a bunch of the old podcasts originally, and but I missed after a while. It's like, wait a second, something's different. When did you phase out the Leslie does the news noises, the music sounds?
Oh,
Used
it's
to
still
do
there.
Oh,
that.
I think within the first few
Yeah.
episodes, yeah.
I got pretty far in and said, wait a second, she's not doing the news noise.
But you could bring that back just for
Yeah,
him.
we had that, and then we had jokes. We had sumo jokes, but they were funny jokes, or they were super silly, but it was like something was off about them. But we took those out. What else did we do?
I don't know. It just keeps developing in a
Yeah.
good way.
Yeah. Bingo's really been a huge thing for us, just being able to have this connection with our audiences.
I like the jam
and
background stories. These are from apples grown by, or these are the
Grapes stolen from the
we
church.
stole.
They're church grapes, the church jam.
Or these are the strawberries that we picked at a You Pick farm.
That is true.
Yeah.
And that was really good, by the way. I'll send you some of my latest jam.
I'm jam worthy.
You are jam worthy. We will send you some jam.
Yes.
Thanks for
Thank
talking
you.
to me so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Leslie.